everyone. This is a program, Capital Ideas Life, and I'm Mike Gibson. Every year, more and more foreigners come to Moscow, but not only just to visit Red Square or the Bolshoi Theatre. Many people come to the Russian capital for high-quality medical care. What is it that attracts medical tourists to Moscow clinics? We will find out today in our program. In today's episode, where do foreign patients receive treatment and recover in Moscow? The largest Russian network of private clinics, MEDSI, new medical technologies and high service level. The Moscow International Medical Cluster in Skolkovo, medical care from all over the world in the Russian capital. Today, Moscow is listed within the world's top 5 cities with the best healthcare systems according to the first survey, Healthy Cities, Healthcare in Major Global Cities. This survey was carried out by PricewaterhouseCoopers. The first 4 places are held by Sydney, New York, Singapore and London. Analysts studied the situation in the world's 15 major cities. Moscow ranks 3rd in terms of the density of doctors, with 37 physicians per 10,000 people. Today's healthcare system in Moscow consists of unique surgical operations, cutting-edge technologies, surprising stories of recovery, and doctors working around the clock. Behind me is the MEDSI Clinical and Diagnostic Center on Krasnaya Presnya. MEDSI is the largest Russian network of private medical clinics. Many of my friends are treated here, including myself. As I need to get my annual checkup today, I decided to do it right here at the MEDSI clinic. This medical center, situated in the center of Moscow, was opened in 2016. Today, the center on Presnya is the flagship clinic of the MEDSI group of companies. The group operates a network of 26 clinics in Moscow and the wider Moscow region, as well as another 18 clinics in 9 regions across Russia. It is the largest federal-scale private healthcare network in the country.
MEDSI has been operating on the market for 24 years. It was among the first companies to appear in the private healthcare segment. We refer to our company as 360 degrees. We are not limited to outpatient clinics for children and adults or clinical diagnostic centers alone. We also have large hospitals with about 1,000 beds, emergency and ambulance services, as well as a rehabilitation center and sanatoriums.
The Clinical Diagnostic Center on Krasnaya Presnya can receive more than 1,000 patients a day. It offers a full range of medical services, disease prevention, and the diagnostics of various diseases, rehabilitation, as well as outpatient and inpatient medical services.
Today, many Russians who used to go abroad to Israel, Germany, and other countries for medical treatment use the services provided by our clinics because it's very convenient. Your personal medical record is here. Doctors know you personally. They know what diseases you have, and they apply a personalized approach to patients. Also, diagnoses are not done by one doctor, but by a group of experts. This allows for the verification of the diagnosis and the selection of effective treatment.
It is not only Muscovites, but also residents in other Russian cities who entrust their health to MEDSI. Also, there are many foreign patients who come for treatment here.
We provide high-quality medical services comparable with the European, American, and Korean ones. After all, I've been to almost all Japanese and Korean clinics and visited many U.S. clinics as part of my studies and experience sharing with foreign doctors. We do our best to implement and further develop the best practices.
The number of foreign patients who come for treatment to MEDSI grows by 50% every year. There are special services, including a personal medical manager, offered to foreign clients. A foreign patient can be picked up at the airport. If necessary, transfer and even accommodation in Moscow for the period of the medical checkup can be arranged too. Hi, I'm Mike.
Hello, my name is Tatiana. I'll be your personal manager today. So
Great.
the doctor is waiting for you.
Super, okay, let's go.
Let's go.
TATIANA works as a personal medical manager at the centre. Her responsibilities include guidance services to foreign patients during the medical checkup and offer general assistance in solving any issues. She is fluent in both English and French. A personalised approach is an entirely new area in the company's operations. In March 2019, the MEDSI Premium facility was launched at the Clinical Diagnostic Centre, where you can have your medical checkup. The approach is based on the principle of the so-called 4P medicine: personalised, predictive, that is, the detection of the risk of disease development; preventative, meaning reducing the likelihood of disease; and participative, which involves the patient in the treatment process. Hi.
Hi, come in, please. Take a seat.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
I'm happy to see you at our clinic. What has brought you here?
It's time for me to have a medical checkup. The first stage of the comprehensive health checkup is a consultation with the doctor and prescription of tests. A checkup is an annual comprehensive examination which allows for the controlling of health and detection of diseases at the early stages. It can be compared with a vehicle technical inspection. You check how your body functions on a regular basis and, if necessary, fix small problems in order to prevent major failures in the future.
Good morning. Good morning, Michael.
Dr. Ellen, hi.
Nice to see you here.
I've come for a thyroid check.
And we'll start our exam from ultrasound because it's cheap, it's comprehensive, and it's quick. It will take about 15-20 minutes. It depends on the problem if you had, but I think that everything will be fine.
I hope so.
And you don't have no nodules, no cysts,
Great.
no disease.
Let's see. What must I do next?
First of all, you should take off your jacket and they lay down over there and we'll start.
Today, MEDSI offers several dozen different checkups. All of them are unique and have been developed together with the world's leading diagnostic centres. Almost all of the doctors at MEDSI clinics, as well as the managers, fluently speak not only English, but also many other foreign languages.
Over the past year, we've had more than 1,000 foreign patients from such locations as Europe, America, the CIS, and Asia, including China. We've had a lot of Chinese patients. We do our best to individualize our approach for each patient. Hi, let's go for the MRI test, please.
All tests and health procedures at MEDSI clinics are conducted with state-of-the-art professional equipment. Take, for example, MRI, which stands for Magnetic Resonance Imaging. With this cutting-edge MRI machine, a specialist can look deep inside any joint, soft tissue or organ of the patient, and you are not exposed to harmful radiation. MRI machines are believed to have lower impact on the human body than cell phones. This means that the procedure is 100% risk-free. Thank you very much. Bye. What an amazing place. Fantastic. It's like a spaceship. But now they're waiting for me at the next analysis. There are more than 23 medical fields present at the Clinical Diagnostic Centre on Krasnaya Presnaya. Also, the premises has a day hospital, a family health centre, endocrinology, endoscopy, hepatology departments, and even a sleep disorders centre. There are 650 doctors working here. One of them is Alexander Osiev, referred to as the star surgeon by his colleagues. He is one of the world's top 10 interventional cardiologists. You have an operation soon, in half an hour, yes?
Yes. Today we're going to perform one of the most complex operations in cardiology. We will deal with coronary artery chronic total occlusion. The artery is completely clogged. We plan to use retrograde access routes for intervention. There are two arteries in the heart. Traditionally, if an artery is blocked, we open it via coronary septal, but quite often this is not possible. So we have to reopen this occlusion from two sides via collateral channels. So today we are going to perform this complex surgery. In fact, we are experts in this field. Our colleagues from Europe come here to perform these operations. We invite our colleagues from Japan to perform masterclass surgeries, and we broadcast our operations around the world, including to European countries.
What is the general level of service here?
This clinic is an excellent place for patients in terms of the quality of its services, accommodation, and equipment. But the main thing is not the equipment and the good conditions. It's the high caliber of our specialists.
Operating theatres at the Clinical Diagnostic Centre are equipped with cutting-edge equipment. For example, surgeons at MEDSI have been successfully performing operations using the Da Vinci robotic surgical system.
Da Vinci is the latest surgical technology available in urology. This system is designed to perform complex, minimally invasive surgical operations with precision and reduced blood loss. It preserves the body's main functions and lets us discharge the patients earlier and let them go home to their loved ones.
Not every surgeon can use the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. In order to obtain this privilege, you need to complete a training course and get an international certificate. MEDSI started a transition to the international healthcare quality and safety standards several years ago.
We hope that two of our clinics in Moscow, the new one on Krasnaya Presnya, where we are now, and the other one in Michurinsky Prospect, which is still under construction and is opening in 6 months, will soon get the JCI certificate. This is a testament to our professional competence and complete safety.
Today, MEDSI is a leader. This is not only with regards to the level of medical and related services, but also in its employee selection methods. The experience of the country's major network of private clinics proves very useful for state-run healthcare institutions. This is why representatives of the Russian Health Ministry visit MEDSI clinics.
All consultations, the first as well as follow-ups, last 1 hour. We are perhaps the only institution on the market to offer this. It's done in order to piece together patients' history, to talk, to persuade, and also to tell them about ourselves. This is because our key competence is 4P medicine, which concerns being personalized and predictive.
Every year, over 10 million Russians apply to Moscow doctors for medical services. This number is actually even larger, as there are many foreign patients who come to Moscow for treatment. Today, medical tourism is becoming a leading trend, not only in the Russian capital, but worldwide.
In 2019, more than 3 million foreigners received medical services in the Russian Federation. To be exact, 3,064,000 foreigners. This number includes regular checkups and medical services of varying complexity. In terms of revenue, last year, the healthcare industry earned approximately $470 million.
The medical fields of highest demand among foreign tourists are dentistry, oncology, orthopedics, and even plastic surgery. First and foremost, it is the high standards of Russian medicine that attracts foreign tourists, and the exchange rate enables the patients to save a considerable amount of money because the cost of services in Moscow can be 40 to 80% lower. Furthermore, today, foreign patients can be treated in Moscow according to the medical protocols of their native countries.
Perhaps you've heard of the Moscow International Medical Cluster. It's an infrastructure project in the area of the Skolkovo Innovation Center. Here, foreign medical institutions can provide services in the Russian Federation under licenses issued by their countries. This means that any German clinic will operate here as a German clinic, a Spanish clinic as a Spanish clinic. These steps help open Russia to foreigners.
The Skolkovo International Medical Cluster is an innovation project of the government of Moscow. Today, its operations are regulated by the federal law known as on international medical clusters. It provides the basis for the creation of special conditions for foreign clinics operating on the premises of the cluster.
This is an area where foreign clinics will be able to operate according to the standards and protocols of their home countries. Foreign doctors will be able to work here without validating their degrees. They will be able to use medication, technology, and equipment which are not registered in the Russian Federation, but that are registered in other countries. We're talking about advanced technologies that are not registered here, but have already been successfully implemented in Europe, Japan, and Korea.
Here in Skolkovo, foreign patients can get the medical treatment of which they are accustomed without leaving Moscow. The cluster will bring together leading foreign clinics and both educational and R&D organizations. This place will become home to 15 international clinics. The first resident of the Skolkovo International Medical Cluster was the Israeli clinic Hadassah. The first patients were admitted here in September 2018. Today, over 100 specialists at the Hadassah clinic are already receiving patients. This clinic conducts comprehensive medical checkups aimed at the prevention and detection of early-stage oncological diseases.
Oncology is a leading field at our clinic. This is because the Israeli Hadassah clinic leads the world in this area. We receive all of the guidelines that exist in Israeli medicine in this field and apply Israeli treatment protocols. Being an extraterritorial unit on the premises of the International Medical Cluster, we have experience and we use medical instruments that are not certified in the Russian Federation, but which have European certificates or are approved by the FDA of the United States. We have the right to work in accordance with the standards of Israeli medicine. This allows for the use of drugs that are not registered in the Russian Federation, but are used worldwide. This is a very valuable initiative for many patients in our country, and it has already proved to be effective.
A full range of medical services will become available when the hospital opens its doors. The new building is under construction near the clinic, which has already been opened.
We have an international team of construction designers. There is clearly an international element in our concept. For example, some stages of the design project are done by our foreign colleagues from Israel, and our Russian specialists adapt their proposals to the local environment.
The International Medical Cluster in Skolkovo is also an educational platform for the medical community. Here, foreign doctors and medical experts share their experience and knowledge with their Russian colleagues.
The role of the Educational Center is to help our foreign partners and their international clinics to implement their educational projects on the premises of the cluster. In fact, it is our mission to transfer the best international practices to the Russian healthcare system.
Clinics in South Korea, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, and other countries which are members of the OECD plan to open their representative offices in the medical cluster. It is widely believed that the best healthcare systems are in the USA, Germany, Israel, and some other countries, but Russian medicine is in no way inferior. The coronavirus pandemic has shown the whole world that Moscow doctors are world-class specialists.
The MEDSI clinic was among the first to start offering care to COVID patients. Without a doubt, it provided valuable support to the state-run healthcare system at a time when the daily increase in new COVID cases in Moscow was at its highest. Among the laureates of the Presidential Award, which was timed with the Medical Worker Day, were representatives, managers, doctors, and specialists of private medical institutions in Moscow.
The MEDSI Clinic Hospital in Otradna was the first to admit patients with suspected COVID infections. Some 2,000 patients received quality treatment here.
In a short space of time, this hospital was transformed into a hospital for infectious diseases. Our results were quite good. When the rate of new infection was at its peak, all 40 beds in the intensive care unit were occupied. We had 40 to 42 patients there.
430 patients in a less critical condition were accommodated in single or double rooms in the hospital. 11 high comfort wards in the premium facility were also made available to COVID patients. A total of some 2,000 coronavirus patients received treatment at MEDSI clinics.
This is a hospital ward. As you can see, there is a multifunctional bed with different positioning options, which is particularly important for limited mobility patients. You can put the patient in a sitting or standing position. There's an oxygen and vacuum supply system in the ward. Even high-flow oxygen can be supplied here. In fact, there are treatment options for all kinds of patients, including patients in semi-severe to highly severe categories.
Today, the clinical hospital and the rehabilitation center have almost returned to their usual mode of operation.
We provide rehabilitation services to patients with various conditions, and we deal with the recovery of a wide variety of patients. These are patients after various musculoskeletal joint and spine interventions, trauma, neurological patients, patients recovering after a stroke, traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries, and other diseases, chronic and acute illnesses included. Rehabilitation physicians take on active roles in the recovery process. With our procedures, we help patients recover faster and get better after the diseases that brought them to the hospital.
10 years ago, after a left-sided intracranial hemorrhage, doctors passed a disappointing verdict. Anatoly would no longer be able to walk, but as you can see, he is on his feet. Every year he receives a free-of-charge medical treatment course at the rehabilitation center. This is provided by a compulsory health insurance policy. Now, a rehabilitation robotic device is helping him restore hand movement and fine motor skills to his left hand.
This device helps you work with your hand and fingers, or rather, it reminds your body that fingers should work. But right now, I'm feeling some slight spasms. Perhaps my hand is tired after these exercises.
I decided to get first-hand experience and learn how this device works and what the patient feels. I'm assisted by ELENA, an instructor. ELENA, what do we do first?
First, we will get on the platform and fix our feet in the so-called high boots. Make sure that your knees are properly positioned.
Okay, I've done that.
Then we're going to put on the belt and the corset. Put in your arm,
Like this?
then the second arm. Now we're going to check whether it hangs evenly. I'm going to adapt it to your body.
Understood?
The corset should fit very tightly. The simulator is starting to work. Now your body moves, irrespective of your efforts.
I feel like a robot.
You cannot change the walking mode. The simulator has fixed settings. I can increase the speed and stride length if necessary. On the monitor, we can see how your weight is distributed between the right and left parts. We can see that sometimes you load your right part more. Now try to do this on purpose.
The training session lasts 20 to 30 minutes. The simulator helps restore mobility after complex traumas and various disorders. Very strange feeling. I feel like I'm learning to walk again.
Michael, what are your impressions of the examination?
It was very good. I felt comfortable here. It wasn't stressful. I'm impressed to see that many doctors speak English here. But it's great.
Summing up the results of your examination, I can say that you are in excellent shape. You don't need any additional treatment. But you should pay attention to some of the lab test results. You will need to have periodic medical checkups in the future to make sure that your general health condition, and in particular, certain internal organs, are okay.
All right. Thank you for the good news. The medical checkup at MEDSI Premium on Krasna Presnya takes no more than 2 days. Comprehensive diagnostic programs help you significantly save not only money, but also time, which is particularly important for foreign visitors of MEDSI clinics. And they can spend the time freed up after quick diagnostic tests, sightseeing in Moscow. Today we had a very busy day. We visited several clinics, and I'm very happy that thanks to the Moscow doctors and our TV program, Capital Ideas Life, I was able to pay attention to my health, and I'm very happy with the results. I'm Mike Gibson. Take care and stay safe. See you in the next program.